What's going on, guys? It's ETA Prime back here again. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the all-new Amazon Fire TV Cube 2nd generation. Now on paper, this is the most powerful Amazon TV device that Amazon has ever created. But unfortunately, this video is going to be cut short a little bit. I'm having a lot of issues sideloading apps crashing and things like that. Now I completely understand that this is a brand new unit, and in time the stability may be improved, but for this video here I'm just going to go over the specs, give you my thoughts on the unit like it sits right now, and we'll run a few benchmarks. So the all-new Amazon Fire Cube comes in at $119. Inside of the box you're obviously going to receive the Amazon Fire Cube itself, the Alexa-enabled remote, 12-volt, 15-watt power supply, Ethernet adapter that plugs into the back of the Amazon Fire Cube through micro USB, and an IR receiver. The Amazon Fire Cube basically has an Echo Dot built into the unit itself. It has 8 far-field microphones on the top, and you can actually set this up to control any of your Alexa-enabled devices inside of your house. I'm personally not a big fan of voice assistant, so I'll probably never use this feature here. Around back, we do have a micro USB port, our infrared jack, full-size HDMI, and our power input. Now this micro USB port can be used for OTG storage, so you can actually expand the storage of your Amazon Fire Cube if you want to sideload apps from a USB drive or whatnot, but you will need an adapter. I just have a simple micro USB to full-size USB adapter, and this is a 32GB USB 2.0 drive formatted FAT32. And while the Cube's running, it does detect it as external storage, so I can play movies from here or sideload apps. Moving over to the specs, for the CPU, we have the Amlogic S922X. This is a 6-core CPU, 4 cores at 2.2 GHz and 2 cores at 1.9. The GPU is the Mali G52 MP2 and it's running at 800 MHz. 2 GB of LPDDR4, 16 GB of internal storage, plus you do have the ability to use USB storage with a micro USB to full-size USB adapter. 802.11a, G, N, and AC Wi-Fi. This is a dual band setup and performance is really great with this Wi-Fi chip. Bluetooth 5.0, optional IR receiver that comes in the box. You don't have to plug it in if you don't want to. Alexa voice remote, plus the built-in speaker and far-field microphones built into the unit itself. So essentially it has an Echo Dot attached to the box. And the operating system is Fire OS 7. This is based on Android 9, but it's running in 32-bit mode, so you cannot use 64-bit apps with this operating system. The very first thing I like to do with any Android TV is run a few benchmarks. Unfortunately, I was only able to get Geekbench and GFX Bench to run on this, and Tutu and 3D Mark kept failing on me. But overall, in the successful benchmark scores that I was able to pull out of this thing, it is the most powerful Amazon Fire TV that Amazon's ever put out on the market. Alright, so here we are. Unfortunately, I cannot use my game capture to record this, even with an HDMI splitter or an HDCP stripper. It has the latest version of HDCP built in, and it will not even work through my Xbox One. So unfortunately, if you want to use the new Fire Cube with pass-through on different devices, there's a 50-50 chance it's not going to work. Another issue I've run into is third-party app stores like Aptoide or OneMarket. For some reason, it won't give me access to those apps to install other applications, so we're kind of stuck with the Amazon App Store as it sits right now. This seems to be one of the most locked down Amazon devices that I've ever messed around with, and it's very unfortunate because the specs of this thing are pretty decent. We should be able to play N64, Dreamcast, and PSP at full speed. Minecraft wasn't even listed in the App Store, so I had to sideload it through a USB stick, and yes, USB works through the micro USB port on the back if you have an adapter. Now I completely understand that these Amazon devices are made for media consumption, be it Netflix, Hulu, Pluto, HBO, and it works fine for stuff like that. If you own the app or a subscription to the app, it's going to work here and it'll work in 4K and it looks really good. But if you like to tinker around with your Android TV boxes or Android devices, I would kind of stay away from this one. And with the price of $119.99, you'd be better off spending a little more money and getting the Nvidia Shield. I was really hoping to test out more stuff, but I just can't sideload anything. But like I mentioned, I was able to sideload Minecraft, and it does work well on this device. I mean, we do have that 6-core Amlogic S922X CPU, so we should be able to play Minecraft and even PUBG. When it comes to emulation, I couldn't get RetroArch, Redream, or even Mupin64 FZ Plus to work. The only app that would start up after I sideloaded it was PSP. Here's Burnout, 2x resolution, great performance, but when we move over to one of the harder games to run, which is God of War Chains of Olympus, this box just isn't going to cut it. So right now I'm kind of disappointed with the all new Fire Cube. Now performance is great on this thing, but compatibility with side-loaded apps is something that definitely needs to be fixed. In my opinion right now, if you already have an Amazon Fire TV or an Android TV box, there's really no reason to upgrade just yet. Hopefully down the road Amazon fixes some of these issues, and when they do I will do another video on it, because I'm really interested to see how this thing handles more native Android games and emulation. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I really appreciate you watching. If you're looking for a cheap streaming stick, I recommend the Amazon Fire Stick 4K. It'll do everything that this Fire Cube can do, minus have an Echo Dot built into the top of it, but it does Netflix 4K, YouTube 4K, and the little thing is pretty awesome. And it's a quarter of the price. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments below, and as soon as some of these issues are fixed, I will come out with another video on the all-new Fire Cube. It'd be really cool if you could hit that like button or maybe subscribe to the channel, but like always, thanks for watching.